I feel like there's been a huge fight, or there will be. Very explosive. Like, you two have been holding things back for a while, and it's come to a point where you're just exploding. And I feel like this death card is showing that this might be the end of a relationship, or this could be the end of the way you used to react. Like, you're taking a look back at the situation and realizing that this was maybe blown out of proportion, or that this fight or argument was bigger than what it really was, if that makes any sense. Like, if you're staying and working on the relationship, you realize that the way you reacted in the situation only made things worse. Or if this relationship is ending, you realize that this is just the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess. So I see this going one of two ways. It's all up for you to decide how it resonates. And it's up for you to decide whether this fight is the final straw, or if this is something that's going to get you to realize your part in the unhappiness in this relationship. Tell me about this Two of Swords for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords. You have the Magician. So whichever you choose, whether to stay in the relationship and work on things, like genuinely work on them from your point of view, or if you decide that this relationship is over, you're ready for a new start. You're ready to manifest a new start. You're ready to manifest bigger and better, either with this person or without. Tell me about this Knight of Cups for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You have the King of Swords reversed. So your partner, I feel like, is this Knight of Cups and King of Swords reversed. He or she wants to offer the love to you, but they're not communicating to you right now. They could be pissed off about the argument. They could be feeling like you don't want them to offer you this love. Maybe they feel like you just want your space right now. But they do have love for you. They're just not communicating that. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles for Sagittarius. You have three of them. So you have the Five of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Swords reversed. So you're really contemplating this right now. This fight has made you come to a turning point, and you're really unsure of what to do. You have the Four of Cups, and this is, contemplating the offer, not turning it down, but not taking it up. You're just thinking about it for now. And then you have the Ace of Swords reversed. This is really confused energy, not sure what to do, not seeing what the correct answer is at this time. And the Seven of Pentacles is, waiting for your harvest, waiting, the Four of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles are both cards of waiting, of, not acting on anything. Tell me about the Strength card for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Strength. Justice reversed. So you realize that the way you reacted in the situation was unfair, and now you're trying to tame the beast, so to speak. And the beast could be your pride, your ego, or it could just be that you have a temper and you're realizing that, sometimes you need to learn to ground yourself and balance yourself. And, if you need to step away from the situation, then step away. Take the time that you need to cool down and come back with a clear head. Or this could be, if you are breaking up, the situation was unfair. Whatever this argument was about, it wasn't a balanced argument. This person came at you with something that you feel wasn't just, it wasn't fair. And now you're having the strength to stand up for yourself and set boundaries and tell this person, you're not allowed to treat me this way. And if that means we have to break up, then that means we have to break up. I have to do what's right for me. Tell me about this 9 of Cups for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Page of Cups reversed. 2 of Cups reversed. So, if you are staying with this person and you do work on things, I feel like there's a little bit of arrogance and you're maybe a little pride that's keeping you emotionally separated. You're not able to come together and cooperate correctly. If I do feel like this is a separation though, with the Page of Cups and the 2 of Cups reversed and 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like somebody is going to walk away from the situation because it just isn't, it isn't what's right for you at this time. Doesn't mean that this is a permanent separation. This could be just temporary. But whatever this argument is, it may have been over something very minuscule, something very small, but the way you both reacted in the situation said more than the fight itself. Maybe there was a lack of respect for each other on maybe both ends or just one person's end. And that's kind of showing their true colors. Because there are ways of, arguing. Arguing in relationships can be healthy. It's very healthy. But when it becomes this 5 of Wands, where it's explosive and, it could get physical, it could just get verbal where you're screaming at each other. But either way, it's not a healthy argument the way you're arguing. And there needs to be a transformation here, whether that be a break, time away from each other to really appreciate each other more, or a permanent breakup. Or if you are staying in this relationship, both of you need to take time for yourselves to really center yourself and think about how you're going to go into this relationship in a more healthy way. Where you're going to both agree to argue in healthy ways. Maybe you're going to go to counseling, both, individual and couple counseling. I feel like would be beneficial if you do want to work on this. Especially like if you are going to couples counseling, make sure you do go to individual counseling as well. Generally in relationships, the one thing that, whether, like, it doesn't matter the actual reason why you broke up, the overall reason is because we have something about ourselves that we needed to work on and we weren't able to fix it in time to fix the relationship. So if you are going to go to couples therapy, make sure you go to individual therapy as well. I know with my family, we went to family therapy back when I was a teenager, and we all individually went to therapy as well. And it definitely helps, not only because sometimes there's issues that you want to talk about that you can't talk about in front of your family, or, being able to say your side of the story unbiased, without worrying about what the other person's going to say, or, worrying if they're going to twist the story at all. You'll be able to get your side out of it. So if you do go to therapy, make sure you go for individual therapy as well. So let me get you an oracle card from the Oracle of Visions. Oops. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius. Come on, give me one. There we go. Flew right out the top of the deck. Alright. It's the number 44. That is a Ascended Master number. And it's about... assimilation. If you see in the picture, it's a human, but she's wearing, swan feathers. She's, moving with the swans, becoming one with them. So it's about, adapting and stuff like that. But let me read out of the book for you. Unison, common goals, shared values, at one with others. So I feel like this is going to resonate very well with this reading. It is probably not love that makes the world go around, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. This card shows us a sense of belonging. We are at one with our surroundings and our relationships with others. We can move together with a common direction and purpose. Our presence is accepted and welcome. A young girl glides effortlessly through a gated lake in the companionship of a group of swans. Their speed and direction in unison, they become of one mind. They symbolize finding new friends or a group who share similar ideas. There is a strong affinity with other like-minded souls. Be wary of becoming just one of many. At some point, their actions, their direction, and their pace may not be yours. Where they are leading may not be the best path for you. So if you are staying in this relationship, really think to yourself, is this person resonating at the same level as me? Do we vibrate at the same level? Can we get to a place of common ground? Whether we disagree or not, can we get to a place where we both want to work on this? If at any point you question that, then that's your truth. If you feel at any point like you just can't find common ground with your significant other, then maybe it's time for a break. And I don't mean jumping from one relationship to another. I don't mean finding somebody who does resonate with you. I mean taking a break for yourself and to really see if where you were resonating before is where you're supposed to be resonating. And, I always feel like once a relationship ends, or if a relationship is in separation, you always need to take that time to find yourself again. Because when you are, I don't know about everybody, but when I was in a relationship or in relationships, I found myself a little confused after, wondering who I am, wondering if I had been doing the right things that were staying true to myself. So I always had to take time after the relationship to find myself again. So if you are breaking up, make sure you don't jump from one relationship to another. Take that time to really find yourself again and see where you stand on things, so that when another partner, or if this old partner comes back in, you know exactly where you stand. You know exactly what your points of view are. You know exactly what will make you happy.